fair. You wanted the best. You got the best. What's going on, everybody? Kiss! That's for Will harassing me in the chat for the last 20 minutes. Will, my buddy.
Hey,
well, we got in here. Terry gets dibs for being first in the chat, but thanks to Ben joining me tonight. We got Will out here, and Bryan Cote's with us, and my buddy Joe's already in.
Metalhead Joe.
That's right. So Quentin James, oh my goodness.
Oh dear Lord.
Do we have a moderator?
Okay, so to hit stop broadcast, you just hit the bottom there, you know.
Oh my goodness gracious. If I make Quentin a moderator, would that calm him down? We could be in trouble.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if you had Quentin and Will as moderators?
Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know if the internet's ready for that.
I don't know. Hey, Gary Holt. Good to see you.
Hey, Gary. Thanks for joining in, dude.
JJ says the jams. Yeah.
Woo. Double JJ. Sweet. What's going on, everybody?
We got a bunch of cool stuff to show off.
Yeah, we got some new toys tonight. I got one of the most expensive toys I've ever bought in my entire life sitting back there.
That's right.
Plus a new pedal.
Yes.
From our friend. I hope Mr. Lawrence shows up. I should have messaged him. I know you did.
I did.
There's our boy Aaron. Should I let that show?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Somebody got it for you. All right. There you go. Thank you. You got it. There you go.
There we go. I feel special now. I had to grab my Quentin James pick.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. You should grab some of those when you roll through Louisville and bring me one down to Nashville. Can I have a pick?
Yeah, I'll knock on his door instead of asking for smokes. I'll ask for a pick.
Just say, hey man, can you got a couple of picks I can bum?
I'm going down to Nam. I need a pick.
I need a pick, dude. Score. Quentin says he shoots, he scores. Oh man. So what's going on at your place? You were out of power for a little while yesterday. And then I was out of power for like a lot of while yesterday.
Well, you know, Brian, I'm a huge believer in karma, right? And I'm like, what the, the world was against me. They sent my package on a whirlwind tour, and, you're holding off on doing a video because we wanted to be the first to have the video out. I was like, all right. And I kept telling everybody, the day I get the package, I'm going to put a video out. And literally, I'm about to go out the door and the power goes out when I'm going to check the mail. And I'm like, really?
Yeah, and yours went out when it was bright and sunny out.
Yeah.
We thought we were going to die for a little while.
We had it the hottest part of the day, though. It went out right at noon.
Oh, really? Yeah, we got thunderstorms rolled all through Ohio last night that were pretty severe. I kind of live in the woods. There was lightning hitting trees all around our house for a while. We're like, oh, man.
There he is. We got Brad Miller and Lawrence Pett.
There's my buddy.
Charles Green, Phil Mosley.
All right.
Gary, no, I haven't sent that out yet. Hopefully I'll get it out this week, and I'll have a tracking number for you too, dude.
Good to see you guys. Phil, Brad, Lawrence, appreciate you jumping in here. Got a little package back there from you today in the mail.
Mm-hmm. And I finally tried the, what the hell is this called? The Muggian?
Yeah, how do you say that?
Call it the Muggy.
Lawrence, nobody can pronounce the name of your new boost pedal. You're going to have to phonetically spell it out for us in the chat or something.
That's what you inscribe on the inside plate, right? How it's actually pronounced. Yeah, but I will say, I put this into an amp on the edge of breakup. Oh, good God. This thing is awesome.
Is it cool?
Oh, yeah. And I'm told I am one of only 2 YouTubers that has one of these. You
and the Tone King.
That's right.
Tone King has one.
Muggione. Yes.
Muggione.
I was close.
Muggione. Okay.
Yeah.
And now, Lawrence, is this named after the furry creature or after the tribal culture? Because I did some Googling.
I heard furry creature.
Furry creature. So are we talking Bigfootish, like desert Bigfoot?
Well, it's got a wolf head on it, so I guess maybe it's some kind of werewolf type.
Like a Native American furry beast? Yes. So I guess all of the above.
There we go.
All right. I'm having bourbon in a way.
Nice.
This stuff's tasty. Have you tried this?
Hey, Robbie Johnson. Sorry, Johnston.
It's I went out of focus. It's a ale that's been aged in bourbon barrels.
He says we can choose the origin of the pedal. Okay.
We can
And
shoot.
Quentin wants to point out, I saw he's been tagging Lawrence, and he did a video on it too, Lawrence, if you haven't seen it on his channel. My pick was first in Ben's video. Ha!
So if you guys haven't caught on yet, Lawrence lives in the desert, and so a lot of his pedals reference items or things in his area where he lives, right?
Hey, Dale Palmer. Jeez, we got all kinds of people popping in tonight.
Quentin says there's a big fire at Jim Beam. Well, that could burn down a whole county.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a big fire. And apparently, Bryan Cote says he never gets anything in the mail, so it looks like Gary Holt's going to send him some paper plates.
I'm not sure if this is still true or not, but the county in Kentucky where Jim Beam is brewed, I believe, is still a dry county, which means you can make it there, you just can't drink it there. Is that still right, Quentin? Which seems rather odd.
Only in Kentucky.
Only in Kentucky. Oh man, that's crazy. So should we open something?
Why don't you let's open that package you got from Lawrence.
Let's
and
see
then
that.
I will show off some stuff, and then we'll do the big reveal.
We'll do the big reveal. We'll make everybody wait around for the big reveal. I haven't even seen the big reveal yet. All right, hang on, let me go get the package.
Will says no mods. Okay, hang on.
So can't drink in Quentin's county where they make Jim Beam, but he can still marry their sister.
Hey, it's all about priorities.
Right.
Hey, Layla's Guitar Daddy. Good to see you. Will Varela says no mods on this channel. Yay. Well, it's like, one.
Well, there's one. Well, it just depends on, there's some other of my buddies that I
Yeah, I'll try not. Poor Phil Mosley. Were you watching when my sister timed him out the other night on my channel?
Who got timed out?
Phil Mosley. My sister timed him out.
Yeah. I saw that. I was like,
Yeah, you know what's worse? Then I timed him out by accident last night on Johnny's show.
Dang, Phil. And he came back for more.
Hey, Brad Miller. He says, now I see you. Okay, good. Hey, old man Dan.
OldManDan. Charles is here. Hey, Charles. What's up, dude? Layla's Guitar Daddy's here from my own stomping grounds in Indiana.
Nice.
Layla's my daddy got his very first job in radio in Elwood, right down the road from you.
One of my mom's best friends lives in Bloomington, Indiana.
Oh, okay. Well, that's where my wife and I went to school. That's where Indiana University's at. My dad, my sister, and basically everybody else.
And some guitar player that goes by Mellencamp's from there too.
Yeah, and another kid from Bloomington you might have heard of named David Lee Roth.
Oh, yeah, I might have come across him in conversation.
Yeah, so quite a few famous people. So LPD pedal, familiar red and black enclosure that you may have seen before. But
yeah, maybe.
But this is not Plexi. This is Voxy.
That's right.
Voxy Mama.
Oh,
yeah. Look at that.
A level, a drive, and a tone. Nice.
Yeah. So Lawrence can tell us exact details, but the description I read was early Led Zeppelin Vox tone.
That's right.
And she's called the combustible lemon.
I bet a Telecaster would sound amazing through that.
Well, I don't have one of those, so I'll never know. But
you'll never know.
Well, we were talking about that earlier. We'll circle back around to that. Okay. But yeah, so nice gold, appears to be gold leaf on the
24 karat gold,
just like on my Dutchman. So it must have come from the same mine. And I love the lemon shaped combustible device.
Yes, and there's the Lost Dutchman, folks, for those who don't know.
Mine's on my board, so I'm not going to go get it, and it's probably not.
Unfortunately, mine was in reach, and I already have a nice chip in the side of the casing.
Well, that's just, you got to break it in, right?
Oh yeah. I figured that was Jimmy Page or Jeff Beck or one of those Brits that was using it before I got it, right?
Snagged it. They ran into Heathrow and snagged it while they knew it was there. Played it for a couple of days, and then shipped it back to Toronto.
Yeah, gave it to their tech to clone. The tech's like, I can't put that much mojo into a pedal. You got to talk to Lawrence.
And then the tech already sold the design to some guy in China. You know that happened within 24 hours. Cheddar. Oh my goodness. Cheddar, you're
Hey,
not
Cheddar.
really late. No, I didn't open it yet, man. We were waiting for you, buddy. We were waiting for you. Yes, Brian, we're a little pretentious. That's correct. We played the Electric Lady in Madison a lot. Oh, okay. Madison, Indiana. I know where that's at.
Cool.
That's on the river. Madison, Indiana has a big, in fact, it might be, is it this weekend because of the 4th? They do a big speedboat. I mean, these boats that just haul the mail on the Ohio River deal there every year. It's a
Hey, we got Brian Landreth in
big
here.
deal. I don't think I'm going to show that one.
I'd go one up, dude.
Yeah, I'm deleting that one. So, Cheddar's there. Who else is in? So you say somebody? Brian Landreth's here. Cool. Everybody's here. You still with me, Ben?
Oh, I'm here.
Did you see that? Did you see that one?
Yeah. I would go one further if I were you, dude.
Okay.
If you know what I mean.
Yep. I know what you mean. There we go. I took care of that for a minute. So anyway, still looking for an OD green of some sort, Mr. Petros.
Okay. And dot 2227, hello? Or dot 2227 Bennett, I should say. Jason Wade? Man, we got quite the crowd in here.
Yeah, I did, Cheddar. What are we going to do?
In the beard?
Cheddar's just pointed out that obviously in less than a month now, I think August 1st, Hangouts is no longer going to be available for these type of chat type conversations with more than one person live. And from what I understand, Cheddar you've used the new webcam feature or whatever they're calling it, right? And it looked really good, but I don't think you can have a guest.
You can't have a guest, and it makes guitar playing sound like ass.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it compresses like Hangouts.
Yeah.
Except you can't switch it to studio mode like you can in Hangouts to actually hear some stuff.
So
Lawrence is saying the enclosure is supposed to be tangerine in color. Early Zepp tone is pre-drive.
So there's a little bit of help there for you, pal.
Yeah. PJ in the beard, good to see you, man.
So yeah, I don't know what everybody's going to do because a lot of the channels I like to watch are live chat streams.
Apparently, I was told you can use Skype with OBS.
Okay.
And someone who knows how to do it. I know there's a couple of channels already doing it that way, and they're going to help me get that set up.
Okay.
But I use a 9-year-old laptop. I don't think it can handle it. So literally, as soon as I get back from NAMM, I'm planning on getting a new computer.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So yeah, the end of July is going to be very busy for me. Yeah, like Brian just said, use OBS and Skype. Which, Brian, if you know how to do that, I may be talking to you, good sir.
Why don't you make a video, Brian, on how to do that? Put it up so everybody on YouTube could figure it out. You could be.
I bet you would get a ton of.
You could be the first one on the block to teach us all how to do it because I know how to use OBS, but I don't know how to get it so that I can have a guest. So, since I did
Skype's a hog. That's what I heard, Cheddar. That's why I need to get a new computer. There we go. We got a few more wrenches in the chat.
That's nice. This is an old school Aerosmith shirt here. I've had this one for probably, I don't know, a long time. I got this at a concert. I don't know. Doesn't have any holes in it yet. It was a good thick one.
I don't have any holes in mine, but I'm wearing a pretty cool band too.
Yeah, I like those guys. They're fun. I'd go see them if they came around where I live for sure. No question about
Gary
it.
Holt says YouTube sure making it hard to get your channel out there. They are. I've noticed an overall decline in channels growing as rapidly.
I understand without getting into the politics of it why they are, because some really bad things happened on live streams on this platform and other platforms. So they're trying to make it more difficult, or they're trying to make it so they want to for sure know you're a legitimate before.
Well, we noticed. We know
ways
the
around
mobile app. They made it 1,000 subs to be able to go live on the mobile app. Right. But even now, there's still a delay. Johnny was going to go live on one of his other accounts he's never used before, and even then, like he verified his account, and then it still said you had to wait 24 hours before you could go live.
Really?
So, you and I, we can't just create an account and go live. You can't do that, which is good. You got to have some policing, and they could use a lot more in YouTube. They let a lot of stuff go.
Well, we have to
like,
moderate ourselves.
if you block somebody, they can still see all your stuff, whereas it should be like Facebook. If someone's blocked, you should disappear from them, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Or like certain people will block, you say in advance, if you're a moderator, Brian, like you moderate for Phil McKnight, for instance, right?
Right.
If I block you, you can't see me typing in Phil's chat that you're trying to moderate.
Right. Well,
that's the dirty billiards, because I could be saying anything and just slagging Phil, and you don't know about it. And he's like, why aren't my mods getting on this? Well, because I blocked all your mods and they can't see me.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But it's like we were talking about right before we came on. What are you going to do? There's
exactly.
There's nothing you can do
and let's
about
bring it back to some positivity. That's what I say.
I don't care what anybody says to me, as long as you're just not trying to be, outright just mean for the sake of being mean. I got no time for that. Right. I don't think any of the rest of us do really either. That's not why any of us are here.
Okay. So, well, I'm gonna go south for just another 10 seconds. Like OldManDan was saying, he thinks it should be the Wild West, no blocking, no censorship. Well, one of the first times I went live, a couple of trolls with about 25 accounts kept accusing me of being a pedophile.
Yeah, you can't have that. Nobody.
So, are you allowing that, OldManDan? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta have
some you gotta have something, right?
Yeah. So you gotta have some. Yeah.
It's an unfortunate situation, but
exactly.
Human beings are human beings, and there's all kinds of us.
So I got some new stuff today.
Dale Palmer, show us what you got. What's up, Dale? Show us
so we have the first of many, hopefully, made by Reno Finn on my behalf. This, sirs, is the Canuck Bucker, which is, I don't know what the output is exactly. I'm going to say in the 8.5 range, so a little bit hotter than a PAF. Double cream. It's more or less like a DiMarzio Super Distortion.
Okay.
I always like the sound of them, so I have my own version, and let's see if they decide to come after me. They're not Gibson, but we'll see what happens.
I don't think they will. Thank you.
Well, considering they claim they've trademarked the double cream binding, or double cream bobbins, come on. It's an Alnico 5.
So they trademarked the double cream, and who owns the zebra? Doesn't somebody have to? No, it's just the cream, the double cream.
Just the double cream.
It's just the double cream. Yeah.
And then we also have. There's one, and here's the other. We have a set of Telecaster pickups. These are modeled after a 1953 Telecaster, complete with the string instead of the nylon around the windings, cloth wires, the whole shebang.
Wow.
These are going to be known as the vintage workhorse set. Because I always thought, Tellys are always known as a workhorse guitar. They're based off of 53, so we'll just call them the vintage workhorse.
Try to read the chat. Keep up. You guys are cracking me up. So, Ben, will those be, besides signature pickups, you have a signature Telecaster already. Will those be available as options maybe in the future? Somebody wanted to say, hey, I'd like to get one of those Telecasters, but I want a humbucker or double humbucker setup.
I think so. Yeah. We're still designing a neck version of the Canuck Bucker. Travis and I were talking about it today. So yeah, you have your choice of the P90s, singles, or humbuckers, and then go from there.
What kind of turnaround do they have on there if you order a guitar from them?
That's a good question. Probably it would be a few months.
Yeah,
because you want to let them hear and stuff like that. Like for instance, he built Richie's guitar, which is the prototype of his first production line. The guitar is sitting in a hotel room right now, completely taken apart because he wanted to go over it one more time after travel. Notice the neck needed to be adjusted. He refuses to move the truss rod more than a 16th of a turn every hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just barely, because he just wants to tweak it. He bought another nut for it because he didn't like the nut action exactly. So And that's something else you go on, like when he built mine, as much as we texted back and forth, there was things I liked and didn't like. You know, like the nut action's still a little too high for me. So he's going to work on that when he comes over later this week. I could pull the nut out and shave it down myself, but I'm like, he's offering to do it, so why not?
Let the builder guy do it. Right? For sure.
I see Lawrence and Quentin are having quite the conversation back and forth. I love it.
Combo pickups. He likes to see more 59s in the JB. Yeah, on the Charvel. I watched an interesting.
Yeah, that's a great combo, Jason.
I watched a cool Tone Talk video. Actually, it was episode 1 of Tone Talk today. I went back and found it because I don't know how long those guys have been running, but
What was that with Grover?
It was with Grover and Dave Friedman.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, Grover at least did the setup and relic job on what's in that box. You know, I don't know if he completely builds them all himself now. I mean, I know they've got CNC machines and operators and stuff that are cutting the bodies out and that kind of thing. But I know he does the final neck and the relic job and all that kind of stuff on them. So I'm watching this video about Grover. And of course, I already knew he was involved with Charvel. I knew he was Jackson of Jackson Guitars. What I didn't realize that the very first Jackson guitar was the Randy Rhoads V. And I didn't realize that. And actually, the reason it became the first Jackson guitar, you guys should go watch this video if you haven't seen it. It's fascinating. Was because he already had the Charvel brand, and he was a little bit afraid to put a radical shaped guitar out like that, like Randy wanted his V to be. So he said, "What do you think about changing the name?" And he said, "What do you think about Jackson?" And Randy was like, "Yeah, that's cool. Let's do that." So the Randy Rhoads' white V, the most famous of his guitars, more or less, probably is the very first Jackson guitar. And I didn't know that before. And then
let's see here. Lawrence says you got to be careful when shaving your nuts. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
And Gary Holt has to head out. See you, Gary. And he said not to name drop, but he has to return Gary Kramer's tent or pick up his tent he lent to Gary Kramer, one or the other.
Yeah.
And
right,
Cheddar was saying, yeah, Grover doesn't do the relic. He does the painting on him. There's a different guy who does the relic.
Different guy does the relic. Okay. What about the
Maybe
neck?
Grover can't bring himself to destroy the paint job he just finished completing.
I don't know. I think he's pretty. From what I heard in the video, he's pretty happy with the way they build the guitars that he's getting involved with. He's enjoying working with Dave Friedman because they are on the same wavelength. I think they pretty much get it. So actually, I'm pretty excited about it. We'll see. It says Henning and Sweetwater did a good Friedman Guitars factory tour at the start of the year. I'll have to go back and watch that one too. I know they've got some NAMM videos where Grover Jackson's with them too from a couple years ago.
Oh, Dante, is shaving your nut considered guitarscaping?
Yeah, if I need my nut shaved, I'm going to a professional.
My God, professional! Imagine if that's your job.
Oh, I bet they make the big bucks.
You'd have to, because most of it you can't pay me enough.
Yeah, coming around. That's sharp. Get that thing away. Says, yeah, the guy that does the Friedman relics used to work at the Fender custom shop previously. Okay, gotcha, Cheddar. And I did, and I remember Grover saying in that video that a lot of guys that work at Fender and a lot of guys that work at Gretsch, the custom shop guys are guys that used to work with him in his shop when they were building the Charvel.
Yeah, it makes sense because as Fender was ramping up production in the early 90s, Charvel / Jackson was getting sold. So
he's not overly crazy about the fact that the EVH guitars and the Charvel guitars and all that are made by Fender now, but he's like, it is what it is. Like he was like,
yeah, but then again, Dave Friedman doesn't build his own amps either.
I know. Well, I mean, no, because he sold the rights to those.
Right.
Like the first black and yellow Eddie guitar Van Halen 2 cover, right? Van Halen
right.
2. That he built that guitar too.
Yeah.
And nobody knows it because they covered up.
Yeah.
Name on the headstock on the album.
For Eddie, hoping he would sign with them, and he ended up going with Kramer instead.
Right.
A few years later.
With Kramer. So yeah, and of course he knows all these guys. He's worked with all these guys, Floyd Rose, and he's doing stuff with Floyd Rose right now. Floyd Rose is making guitars And so it was a really, really interesting video. Guys lived it because he was through all the stuff in the 70s and 80s. So
Oh
it's
dear
cool,
Lord.
cool guy to get to listen to.
Quentin James says I usually have the hooker pay extra for that. I guess
You just pay the hooker extra. In Louisville, I don't know if that's such a good plan. Do you like go
Yeah, because
across
then
the
you run into her
river?
at the family reunion, and, you know.
Yeah, she's next thing you know, she's married to your brother.
And I agree with Cheddar. Yeah, Fender, Friedman, and Gibson do a good job with the relics. Yeah, a lot of companies don't. It's just so fake looking. And even then, you pretty much have to do custom shop level. I don't think I've seen a production guitar that's relic look really good.
Well, Cheddar's heard me say this from months past. In the beginning, when I first saw the relic guitars, I was like, "That's the dumbest thing I ever freaking saw. Why would you buy a guitar that's already beat to crap?" But then the reality of it is it's not. It's more than just beat to crap. It's worn in, right? And I think, like Cheddar said, there's some people that know how to do that and make a nice custom guitar out of it, and there's
Right.
some other people that just know how to make a guitar look beat up.
And there's something we should bring up to the chat. Lawrence mentioned, what does everyone think of a relic pedal? I've seen a few. Personally, I'm so hard on mine get all relic anyway, so
Yeah.
I say go for it.
I mean, yeah, it may be kind of cool to have like a relic. I don't know how would you do it? Would you do like a real relic, or would you do like a paint job that looks relic? Or
That's the good question. Yeah, I think you would have to do some actual relic. Like you got to have a ton of crap and dirt under the knobs, so when you wipe it down, the cloth never hits that part, and
right,
anywhere there's a corner of any kind.
the switch
Yeah,
has to be
Aaron
all
says
like
mine are
scraped
relic from
up,
beer. Yeah, so are mine.
right, sticky.
Hey, that's why Dimebag had the skateboard grip tape put on his wah pedal. He goes, so your foot doesn't slip off when you spill beer on it.
Right.
So, perfect. And Lawrence's pedals are pretty much beer proof, spill proof. We were discussing that.
Yeah, they have great finish on them too, Lawrence. I don't. I'm sure you're probably having somebody do the finish on these for you, at least on the enclosures. But man, they are really, really good.
Yeah, see, now that you held that up a little closer, a little more light hit it, I can tell it's more of a tangerine.
Yeah, it's not quite the same red, but of
I
course
love tangerine.
my light's off and it's a little bright because I've got a light pointing back there over there. But so I'm not sure you're getting the actual color. But well, hang on, let me go get the Dutchman and then you can see.
Okay, Will, don't touch it. Quentin, that is a valid thing, sure. Quentin says a relic job is like fake boobs. Sure, I'm getting second base, but it's just not the same.
So you can tell there because this is red Dutchman here, and it's red.
Yeah.
And this is orangier. I don't know if I'd call it tangerine, but it's
Tangerine's pretty orange.
yeah, it might be tangerine. What do you call it, Lawrence?
Well, he said it's tangerine because of like the Zeppelin song.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, I got you. Cool. Says, okay,
Will
I'm not
says
touching
he's
the
not
knobs.
touching the knobs comment. And then Aaron says, since when do you leave anyone's knob alone?
I'm glad I didn't say that.
Ouch. Of course, I can just hear Michael Kelso in my head. Burn!
A relic job is like fake boobs. Sure, I'm getting to second base, but just not the same. You got to think about it for a second.
Oh, yeah. Let's see here.
Oh, my goodness
23
gracious.
people watching. How many thumbs ups do we have here?
I don't know. I haven't even pulled it up on the other
We've
side.
got 9 and 3 people that absolutely adore me.
Okay, well, we knew
Thanks,
that.
folks. Nice to see you traveled over to the channel.
Oh, I'm sure those are people that adore me.
If we can get 15 thumbs ups, I think Brian needs to open that package.
How many we got now?
9.
Oh, we need 6 more for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm trying to open up a new.
And then maybe one of the mods can let us know.
I'm trying to open up a new window here and not all of a sudden have tons of.
PJ in the Beard says, Lawrence Petros pedals look good. Never saw those before joining the Canuck community. I found out about Lawrence through Phil McKnight, actually.
Me too.
And then I met Lawrence along with Phil McKnight.
Yeah, you met them both. I haven't got to meet either one of them in person yet. And Lawrence, I don't think you're going to Summer NAMM, are you, this time? That's still the plan.
Will says, sorry, I only have 2 thumbs on each hand.
Well, we got 15. I can see 15 thumbs.
Cheddar's like, open the guitar or I'll drive down there and open it myself.
Okay, Cheddar, I'll open the guitar so you can not have to drive all the way down here from Ann Arbor.
Spoken like a true drummer, Quentin.
Pull it over here
like
closer.
A true drummer.
You need a drum roll. You better get your little box out.
All right. Where the hell is that? Oh, hang on. There it is. Yeah, action packed. We're both off camera. All right. Here we go.
Let's see if I could do this and be on the air at the same time.
One cut.
One of these days I'm going to do just like a fake thing where I'm cutting and all of a sudden blood just starts squirting.
Oh, look you start opening a Friedman and look who shows up in the chat. We've got Chris. Hey, Chris.
Hey, buddy. What's up?
We got Metalhead Hippie here.
Chris is playing chef right now,
in case you missed it, Quentin says to Will, don't get my sister mad. She'll want a divorce. Then both of us will have to move out of Mom's basement.
Right. Hey, I like the way they pack the Friedman. Has a nice little.
Okay, nice.
So you guys know the story. If you watched any of the videos I did at Gear Fest, the main reason I went over there for that is there's no place I can try a Friedman Cali in the General Columbus, Ohio area. And I knew they were going to have some there. And this is all, by the way, this is all Chris's fault anyway.
Oh, yeah. We totally blame Chris.
Yeah, it's totally Chris's fault.
If you buy a Friedman, you blame Chris. If you buy an R9, you blame Bryan Cote.
I don't feel any hatred towards Chris because he spent all that money on a Gibson Les Paul. So we're getting there.
There we go.
Hung up in my wire here. All right. I'm not going to let you guys see it before I see it. So sorry.
That case, it looks like it has gold hardware on it.
Well, the case is actually the case. Look at that case. It's like engine turning on the Tolex, or whatever you want to call it. It's
Cheddar, I blame you for wanting to play better guitar.
I want to play better guitar too, but I like having nice guitars. Oh my God, it's better than I thought.
Yes.
Oh, it's light too. This one's 8.5 pounds. Oh, daddy.
Look at that.
Ooh, so I hope it's not too bright. The color isn't really white. It's kind of an off-white. It's sort of bright in here. And this has got the 3-tone sunburst underneath with.
So that simulated buckle rash shows the guy must have worn it awfully low to have the buckle rash that far forward.
He was freaking hanging it way down here, baby.
Yeah,
or he was hanging. Right? Yeah, that's biker chain wallet rash right there.
Well, you know what? I can do that. Man, you might want to contact where you bought it. It looks like it got damaged during shipping.
Yeah, it was damaged during shipping. I know you can't see it because it's too bright. Maybe if I kill a light.
Hey, we got 16 thumbs up.
It's got this really cool checking in the finish, in the nitro finish, which I don't know how they do this because it looks like it was made 60 years ago, right? And I was really looking for one that had a maple neck, but this one has such beautiful figuring in the rosewood.
Chris says it's mostly bulge rash, I think.
You bulge rash. And I like I kind of like the maple headstock with black Friedman logo in gold.
And what do you think of the shape of that headstock?
It's okay. I like it. I like it just fine. So the tuners are relict looking, but they're locking, like high-end locking.
Okay, like a Sprizzell.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. And so you get locking tuners on a Floyd Rose guitar with a locking nut.
No, Cote, it doesn't look like dead salmon in color.
No, it's not dead salmon. It's not dead salmon. It's off-white, and it's really gorgeous, and it's really light, Chris.
That's it right there, Phil Mosley. He says, I'm not really into the sprayed-over type relics, but that looks pretty nice. Yeah, I dig that.
Yeah.
I like the sprayed over a burst. You know, I always like a burst shining through under the solid color like that.
So my hesitation about getting one before I could touch one was the neck. And I don't know, so but Chris was like, well, it's a big neck. You sure you're gonna like that? But it's not a lot bigger than
it's not huge.
It's not huge. Now,
and the way they roll those shoulders, eh?
Yeah. There's a tiny little bit of fret sprout I'm shocked by. It's not sharp. It's just
Will says Brian can finally do a giveaway. Can I have it?
Nope. Well, yeah, for a price, you can have it. But this cracks me up. Locking tuners with a locking nut.
I know.
Overkill, baby.
Yeah. Dale Palmer says that guitar looks like a great candidate for a repaint.
Yeah, I think it's already been repainted. And
Metalhead Hippie says it looks like a Gibson headstock.
Yes. Yeah, right. You think? I think it kind of looks like a Fender headstock to me.
I just noticed it's got a Telecaster style output jack.
Yeah, it does. And it has, I believe it comes with, I haven't pulled the case candy out. I think it comes with the strap locks too.
It doesn't look like a strap lock button.
Now, Chris will know what I'm talking about. Some of them that come relict to this level also have rusty, nasty,
right?
Like they left out. And I'm glad this one doesn't. I mean,
that bridge looks somewhat relic to me.
It's relic, but it's not to the point where you need a tetanus shot.
Yeah.
See, and there's a difference. Some of them come out of the factory looking like after you play it, you're going to have to go to the hospital. And
it looks like you're going to be palm muting barbed wire.
Right. So, yeah.
Lawrence says it's missing the fret markers. Time to ask for a partial refund. I think they're really small, aren't they?
They're on there. They're just really tiny little.
Yeah, they use really small. That's the one thing I don't like about Friedman's is the really small fret markers they use.
Well, I will say this: when I first got my Kiesel, I had them offset on the top of the fretboard where was dumb because you can't see them at all when you're playing. The low E string covering them, you can't see them because they're not where they're,
right.
So they're on there for decoration, but it didn't take me very long to just start using the dots on the side.
Will says it comes with candy too. I hope it's chocolate.
I don't know, man. I should look in there and see what kind of case candy I got, right? Let's see what's in there.
Yeah. Oh, you're on fire tonight, Quentin. You're on fire. That's right, Bryan Cote. Friedman are awesome guitars.
I got a receipt.
Nice. Always good. Quentin James says for that much money, they could have added a tone knob.
I don't want a tone knob. If I need to adjust my tone, that's what I got. Equalizer especially on my amp for.
Me both. Like I run my tone wide open all the time anyways.
This is the place I bought it from. It's in Cleveland. It's like probably the best guitar store in Cleveland.
Cool. Guitar Riot?
Guitar Riot, yep. Some kind of Friedman.
Certificate?
Custom handmade guitar, blah, blah, blah. Just a little tells you who they are. Certificate of authenticity.
Nice. You will respect my authenticity.
You will respect my authenticity. You play my authenticity. Extra screws and stuff, probably some wrenches, so on and so forth. Oh, it's got the trim stopper thingy if you want to install that.
No, did they relic? You don't want your Floyd too?
Looks like they relic the trim stopper in there if you want to put the trim stopper on so your Floyd's not floated. Yeah, it
Did they
appears to
relic
be.
the Allen key for the truss rod adjustment?
The Allen key does not appear to be relicked. However, the back of the 3-ply cover. Who makes a 3-ply cover
Friedman,
for the
apparently.
spring cavity anymore? Yeah, I know, but wow, that's pretty cool. It's I don't know if you could tell or not, but it's all scuffed
Right.
up and
Nice.
yeah, there you can kind of see. So it's yeah, they just took some steel wool
No,
and
they just
relicked
don't
it
clean the
too for the
workbenches.
hell of it, and then somewhat relicked tree. Yeah, they
Get the
just
solder.
grit, just saw it. Yeah, they tell us it's relic. It's just basically they rub it on everything in the shop and never clean the shop, and that does the job.
Exactly.
So yeah, but they even relic the. Of course, it looks stupid if you had a real shiny
Right.
trim arm hanging off your relict freaking Floyd Rose, but no actual peppermints or anything. You'd think for that kind of money they could throw in some chocolates.
Hey, they're not Sweetwater,
So
apparently.
I guess not. So let's see, what kind of a beating are we taking?
Oh, I'm keeping an eye. Apparently, Cheddar
in the
Guitar
chat.
Riot
Look
not
at the
open
site of
Mondays.
Cheddar chat. Oh, Guitar Riot's not open on
Right.
Mondays. Cleveland rocks. They gave Guitar Riot gave me a pre 4th of July
Nice.
discount because they didn't actually have it. They had it at the regular
Actually,
Friedman
the
price, and
shiny
actually that
Wang
one's
bar
like
might be authentic, Lawrence says.
shiny Wang bar.
The wiggle stick.
Would Wang bar be a good name for like a tremolo pedal? Shiny Wang bar.
I think
You
if
just relic
Lawrence did a tremolo or a vibrato pedal, it should be called the wiggle box. Just
snake
saying,
tail.
all analog tremolo, wiggle box, Lawrence. I'll gladly demo it.
We've been asking for an analog tremolo.
Yeah, we just don't need an analog tuner. We'll stick with.
Thanks for sharing with always. Can't wait to hear a demo. Cheddar says I wanted to go there after the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but they weren't open. Oh, you mean Riot Guitars? Yeah, that's too bad. So they've got a website and they're also on Reverb. I saw the guitar on Reverb, but when I saw the guy was in Cleveland, I just called him on the phone. I was like, hey, you got any wiggle room on that?
Oh, and I should mention to Jason Wade, since he's not on Facebook a whole lot, Quentin did a post and somebody mentioned that Guitar Hack looks like Mike Myers because there was a Wayne's World reference.
He kind of does, yeah, a little bit.
And so I figured, I said since Jason Wade is going to be traveling with Hack at NAMM, does that make Jason Wade Garth? And yeah, it was me that said it.
Yeah, might as well be.
Are we allowed to say Wang bar? Well, we just did, Will.
I think you can say Wang bar.
So yeah. So
I don't think there's
party on, Jason. Party on, Hack.
Yeah, Hack told me earlier that he apologized for not joining in with us because he had band rehearsal tonight.
Right.
He's got gig this weekend.
Yeah. Well, he's got.
So.
Well, I guess he's got what 2 weekends left to gig, and then has to take a week off. So.
Yeah. So anybody in the chat?
Thank you, Cheddar. Party on, Wade.
Cheddar, are you going to Summer NAMM? Party on. No stairway.
We're gonna go to Summer NAMM and just play.
My son got exposed to Queen in that dumb movie. Cheddar, are you going to NAMM? I forgot if you were going or not. Summer NAMM. Wait for Cheddar to answer. I know he was going to go to Sweetwater, but something came up and he couldn't make it. Sweetwater was awesome. Deerfest. I'm definitely doing that again.
Cheddar was the second YouTuber I ran into at Winter NAMM, and then he was the first guitar pick of the hundreds I got at Winter NAMM was an official Cheddar Kung Pao guitar pick.
Oh, sweet. Nice. Ched says,
no Summer NAMM for me. I would love to, but not in the cards this year.
That's okay. I know how it is. I'm going to knock
Well, hopefully I'll see you at Winter NAMM, Cheddar.
Yeah. See, I don't think I would ever go all the way to LA to do it. That's That's big cash to travel all the way to LA. But I can leave at 6 in the morning, be in Nashville by noon. You
Right.
know, I can't even check into my hotel till 3. So I just get up in the morning and I'm just driving down, and I'll be there. Stop at McDonald's. I'll get gas. I'll be there in six and a
Sure.
half hours. So it won't be any big deal for me. And I got a room. It's about 4.5 miles away from the convention center or whatever. So like 10 or 12-minute drive. I think you guys are about the same, 10 or 15 minutes outside town or something like that, right? Outside of the city.
I have no idea.
You're just going where Aaron drives you?
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah, when I
man.
do road trips, I don't drive for obvious reasons.
So if he turns off on some country road in Kentucky on the way through, think about jumping out of the car.
Oh no, I'll just have Quentin James on speed dial.
Dude, where am I?
Yeah. Hey Quentin, come pick me up. What? Aaron dropped me off at the ghetto Kroger.
I'm kind of glad the summer NAM's a little bit smaller because I'm not going to be there for the whole time. So
Yeah.
it's going to give me an opportunity to probably knock out everything I want to see in the majority of one day.
Oh yeah, no problem. No problem at all. And yeah, and like for me, I've got a few meetings set up, but it's as much there's a few YouTubers that are going to be there that I haven't had the opportunity to meet yet. So, and do some stuff with them. So
Quentin says he carries, so if you need help, just have him on speed dial.
that's right.
It's not actually going to take him a while to get from Louisville to Nashville, though, so that's only going to help you as you're coming across the Ohio River for a while.
Phil Mosley wants to go to NAM sometime, but for now I'll have to stick to the mini shows we have around here in the UK. Not even close to NAM. Yeah, you're in the UK. That'd be
probably the biggest thing for you would be to go to the Toman thing, Phil. Right? And then the other big show they had over there, did it fall apart this year, or was they still having 2 shows?
Oh Jesus! Oh Will, here we go. When Ben gets lost with Aaron, here, Piggy.
It sure does have a pretty mouth.
I like that long hair.
Oh yeah. Oh goodness gracious.
See, I think you're not going to Summer NAM to avoid temptations to buy more gear, Cheddar. Yeah, no kidding. Wow. And it's not even so much, because you can't really buy any gear at NAM, but you got Carter's Vintage, you got Grun's, I bet you there's 20 guitar shops that kick ass in Nashville that we've never heard of.
Oh yeah, I actually
just on a side street that only the pickers go to.
I googled guitar shops and there's a bunch of them. I'm as much excited. In fact, I think I'm going to do most of my Friday to try to go, do some of that stuff instead of being in the convention center. So hopefully,
hey Janice,
it'll work out.
In from a jam she's at. Nice.
Lawrence says the other EU show's on in September, and I forget the name.
Excuse Ventnor is doing their event right now, right?
Yeah. Phil McKnight's over there, but I think he might just be over there working, doing some content or doing some work for them. I don't know if
I don't know.
Are they having a big event going on or
yeah, Hughes and Kentner is doing, I can't remember what, a Spirit Fest, something like that. Like Steve from Boston is there. I saw Vlad from Cat Pick Studios is over there.
See, I'm kind of behind. I'm a little bit still behind from Gear Fest, man. Tell you what, you sub to a bunch of channels and you don't watch for 3 or 4 days. You're like, how am I ever going to get caught up?
Oh, I know.
It's crazy. But did you see Phil? Phil posted a video where he's playing the 200-watt Hughes and Kettner solid state amp, and he walks way down the parking lot, and then it sounds like you're at the front row of an AC/DC concert.
Okay, so Cheddar's saying Guitar Summit, September 27th. I'll be there with Henning. Cool.
Oh, okay, cool. That'll be fun.
Grab Henning's ass for me, please, Cheddar. He'll know. He'll probably turn around. That's from Ben, isn't it? I'm like, yeah.
That or he'll sock you in the mouth, one or the other.
Are you kidding? It's Henning. He'll probably smile.
You're probably like, woo.
Thank you. Can I have another one?
He's crazy.
Hey, Mark Dillon. You got a nice little crowd in here tonight, dude.
How many people we got on the chat now? Because I'm trying to not watch that page and say I need to flick back. 23 watt, 20 thummies uppies.
Nice.
Sweet. Well, you got any new goodies up there? Let's talk about your new goodies that you've gotten here recently, because I know you've got a couple of LPD products as well, and you've had a
Well,
chance to kind of live with them now for a
we'll
few
start
days.
with last week's acquisitions. I got these off some guy in Ohio, apparently.
Where's that at? Ohio.
So let's start with the LPD 74, which is a bit of
Mm-hmm.
a hybrid of a Plexi and a Master Volume Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
This sucker is AC/DC in a box.
Mm-hmm.
Classic rock tones.
It's
I've
Kiss.
used it
It's
with
Kiss in a
pinhole
box
coil,
too. Sorry,
humbuckers,
Will.
P90s. It does everything. Really dig this. The 87, the green channel, there's a slight overlap with the 74, just a bit more gain.
Right.
Great for that stuff. You flip that switch and it's a Jose modded Marshall JCM. That is 80s rock, hard rock.
It's the LA. It's the LA strip, dude. It's Sunset Strip tone.
Yeah, if you put the gain at about 3 o'clock, you can get Masters of Puppets tones.
Yeah.
Right before Metallica went with the rectifier amps, like you can get good old school Metallica in here. Amazing pedal. Travis from Reno Fin was over here today when he dropped off the pickups. He played all the Lawrence pedals, and he said the 87, he's like, I'm not a pedal guy, but that's a pedal I could just live and die with. He was thoroughly impressed, and he was playing a Strat with lace sensors that he built, and he still loved this 87. Let's see. The Lost Dutchman we kind of touched on. You got without the punch, it's a Timmy. Check out Timmy's if you're not familiar.
Right.
They're their own unique beast, low gain. I was playing this with a tele tuned to Open G, playing so much Rolling Stone stuff last night. It was unreal. And then you click that punch on, it adds that plexi sizzle to it, more gain, and another great pedal. Lawrence, you knocked him out of the park, dude. And then of course,
so you ended up with two of my LPD pedals because I knew that one was coming, and for me with my amp, it's got a thing where it kind of does them both a little bit.
Right.
I'm really liking that.
Yeah, so you really, all you would need is like a low gain pedal to push it that little more if it needed it.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. The 87 has a lot more. Like if you want to go, you can blow the house up with the gain if you turn it all the way up, which is also
cool. We got Cousin Todd in the house.
Hey, what's up, buddy? LPD pedals though, you just set everything at noon, and then it's already sweet right there. And then
I know, I might, the knobs, depending on which guitar I'm using, they might go as far as either 11 o'clock or 1 o'clock.
Right. You don't need to go full blast unless you just want to for fun.
Yeah. Brad Miller says, when you go to NAMM, you need to see my friends at Electra Guitars.
Is that downtown?
Pedals on display on a BAM custom pedal board. Okay, cool, Brad. Brad, if you don't mind, send me an email on that or a text because I'll forget.
Well, I think Timmy fell down a well.
Cheddar has to head out. He says his phone's about to die. Congrats on the new pedals and guitars, guys. Have fun at NAMM. Thank you very much, Cheddar. It's good seeing you, man.
Thanks for chopping in, Cheddar. Yeah, I appreciate you, dude. Todd, my buddy's in here. You need a modern classic. Yeah, I'm actually thinning the herd. So this guitar here is actually addition by subtraction because I've already got the Kiesel listed. I'm going to sell a couple other guitars. I'm going down from 6 to like 4. 3.
All right, now this is unverified to me. Apparently, Brad Miller is saying, don't forget, Lawrence Petros is doing a 4th of July sale, 15% off.
Oh yeah, there's a big Reverb 15% off sale going on right now, as a matter of fact. So, or 10%, one or the other.
Yeah, actually, Brad, all I need is the company name. I have the NAMM app on my phone, so I can look up the booth number. And I agree, Brian. PJ and the Beard does do some cool demos. I'm new to their channel, but I've been checking it out. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
High Noon Main Street. Nice. Okay.
High Noon. High Noon
And it is
Guitars
true
is
that
on
we have a
Main
Lord
Street.
Petroff sale going on July 4th.
Where was that other guitar shop that somebody mentioned in the chat? Is it downtown too? Because I'm making a list. Because that's primarily what I'm going to do on Friday.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to hit some guitar shops. I know I will, but I would assume in the afternoon sometime. Like we'll hit NAMM in the morning, and then who knows? You never know. You could do everything in one day, and then I've got 2 days in Nashville to just hang out.
Check stuff out. Yeah.
Yeah. So we shall see.
Well, my current plan is I'm just going to be there Friday and Saturday. So
I will be there 2 weeks from today and already have a meeting under my belt.
Yeah, you'll be there ahead of me. So right now I'm just going to be there unless something changes, which it could still. I still might end up with a badge. I know I got a buddy working on that still. So, but for right now, I'm just going to be in there on Saturday. I can get into NAMM. Anybody can get into NAMM for $10 this year on Saturday.
On the Saturday,
yeah. On Saturday, and it's $20 day of, so you can get your tickets ahead of time if you want to. And I think I posted a link. It's either, did I put it on Canucks or just on my website? Maybe it's on my Facebook page.
I have no idea.
It's on my Facebook page. So if you're interested, down below, like in the description area, you'll see a link to my Facebook page. If you go there, you'll see a link to go to the place to get a ticket to get into NAMM. If you're just a civilian like I am, not somebody important like Ben, that rates a pass. So
yeah. So it was interesting actually when you talk about YouTubers, and I think it's going to be easier. So everybody should check out each other's channels and follow each other and grow these channels, because if your channel grows to a certain point, you won't need to go through somebody to get a NAMM pass. Brian, you'll be able to contact them directly. Hey, there's my lovely sister Amanda.
Well,
hey, sis.
I actually had a couple of ways, because I do some stuff for radio station.
Right.
And I could have used that. There was a different couple of ways I could have tried to fake it to make it.
And I mention it because my buddy Sean, I had a good visit with today, owner of Arden's Music. He was at the annual Fender meetings down in Palm Springs recently. And Fender has really taken note. It was a lot of discussion on YouTubers and how valuable they are to the business, the music industry, because we are the press, Really? The New York Times will have maybe a little blurb. Hey, Summer NAMM this week, if at all. You know what I mean? But they're not
have an article that the guitar is dead.
Yeah. But hey, it's the YouTubers that cover these events.
Hey, Amanda. Sister Amanda's in the chat, Mr. Ben.
Oh, yeah. I said hi to my lovely sister, whose birthday is in 2 days.
What? Happy birthday, July 5th. Wow, we'd have fireworks for you down here.
We're going to tell you how well her days go. She might have fireworks too.
We're going to blow ourselves up all here in the States tomorrow night. There'll be thousands of people in emergency rooms with their hands blown off.
Let's drink and barbecue all day and then set off.
Blow ourselves up.
Been there.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's crazy. Yeah, it'll be a good party. They do a big thing here in Columbus where they light off fireworks from the skyscraper, and then one of the radio stations coordinates with it. So they play music over the radio that's coordinated with with the fireworks. Everybody drives downtown.
That's a great idea.
Just sit in your car, take your radio with you, and watch the fireworks, and you got the music timed. It's all set up cool. So
that's exactly it, Bill. We are influencers, they say. Well, I only influence 139 at the point in time. Yeah. But as the channel grows, like Phil McKnight, he got a direct pass. He wasn't there on behalf of anybody.
No, Phil gets in like that, but he's got 200,000 subs.
Brian Landreth says, Ben Coombs, I have to run. I'm loading into a gig. Tell Brian I love his guitar. Have a kick-ass.
Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Thanks, Brian. Yeah, thanks for checking in on the Facebook page and everything too. Nice chat with you every now and then. Appreciate that. It's a crying shame. It should be a felony that Phil Mosley has 139 subs. How is that even possible? I don't even know how that can happen. We need to do something about that. Everybody sub to Phil real quick, because that's ridiculous. Probably everybody in here already is sub to Phil, I expect. So, well, anyway, dude, you were telling me before we got this party started that we couldn't do an all-nighter tonight. So we've been rolling about an hour. What do you think? You got anything else you wanna touch on real quick?
I can go a few more minutes. I am getting a little well, let's be
Getting a
honest. I
little
was
rough
drinking
around the
beers
edges.
7-8 hours ago, so
I'm being a good boy tonight. I'm only having this one bourbon ale beer, and this I'm nursing it. There's still a little backwash left in there. It's a weeknight. I have work to do tomorrow. I do a lot of my work at night, so the power going off at 6:30 p.m. last night and staying off till 3 in the morning was not conducive to getting a lot done. I was sitting here in the
apparently
dark
both
playing
well is
solitaire on my phone.
Nursing a 13% beer. Ha ha
Yeah,
ha.
these are not your typical. This is not a Coors Light. Three of these bad boys will put you down.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how you know you got a good liquor too, because after you have the third, you realize you didn't need the second.
right.
And you're like, oh boy, I'm in for a ride.
Yeah, I can't really drink a lot of beer though. There's something in beer, most beers, that gives me an instantaneous headache.
Right. I like it because it's filling, and just the volume of liquid, like a shot, boom, it's a shot, it's gone. It's too easy to have another and another. Whereas with beer, because I'm
You're
such a sipper, it's
you're
no big
telling
deal.
me? No, you're right about that.
But I do need to imbibe in a bit more in the next couple of coming weeks. I got to work up my damn tolerance. As I was telling you, it's like everyone offers you a drink, and the last thing, you got to hold your liquor, right?
Phil says, I think I've had something like that. Ale aged in whiskey barrels. I think not bourbon. Kind of the same difference, right? To make it bourbon, it has to be made out of corn and sugar, and it has to be distilled in Kentucky to be straight Kentucky bourbon. But there's places they make bourbon all over the planet. I mean, Crown Royal's bourbon.
No, it isn't.
Well, basically, what's in it besides corn and sugar?
Rye, because all Canadian whiskey is rye whiskey.
They put a little bit of rye in it, but they don't rye it up like so that you get the peppery, like, rye. You know what I mean?
Sure they do.
Do they? On Crown Royal? I don't taste it.
I can't. Crown Royal is just too thick for me. I prefer Canadian Club.
Yeah, and Canadian Club and Canadian Mist are the two I haven't had in a long time. And is Seagram's made in Canada? Seagram's 7?
We do have Seagrams here as well. I can't remember if they're a Canadian company or an American company, but I think they were one of those that they were international, 100 years ago type thing. So,
right.
Hiram Walker is big in Canada. Weiser's, Crown Royal, Canadian Club, which I think is made by Hiram Walker or something like that. Hey, we got Dan in New Jersey here.
Hey, Dan of NJ. What's up, buddy? 40 Creek, Amanda says. Is that a
40 Creek, good stuff. Or 100 Acre. It comes with a cork, like Gibson's Finest.
Guitar Pit saying it's no Bullet rye. See, now Bullet bourbon, the rye, I mean, it's peppery, right? That's like rye. That's what he's talking about. They make bourbon in Lakeland, just outside of Tampa. Yeah, they make bourbon everywhere. They just can't call it straight bourbon.
Lakeland, Florida. That's a little slice of redneck heaven.
I love Tampa area. We go just...
they make bourbon. They got a speedway there, Lakeland Speedway, great little short track.
They also have the IndyCar race on the beach, right off the beach on Tampa. Can't think of the name of the beach. But we go to the other side. We go to Bradenton. We used to go to spring break there with the kids, the wife and kids, when they're on spring break. We like to go down there. I like to go fishing. I want to move there someday. Just can't afford it. It's expensive in Florida. All the Canadians moved down there and drove up the real estate prices. It's all your guys' fault.
Oh, I know. My grandfather had a condo in Dunedin up until the mid-'80s. Daytona. Jeez. I survived a bike week there, 19 years old at Bike Week.
Daytona's a different animal. Daytona's a little bit of a crazy town.
it was 500,000 bikers, I think. Christ.
It's been a few weeks of my life in Daytona.
Yeah. Yeah, we stayed right at the corner of, at the time, it was Richard Petty Boulevard that goes from Daytona Speedway that meets up with the A1A. Yep. And we're right at the corner of Richard Petty Boulevard and the A1A, right in the center of action.
Right. When I got out of high school, I was big time into baseball umpiring, and I spent 3 years in spring training, and for the umpires, it's in Daytona, and the fields where it was at were right across the street from the Speedway.
Right.
They're not there anymore. It was by the airport. There's a hotel or something there now. This was like in
yeah, there's a Holiday Inn right across the street when I was there.
Yeah, it's like this was 83, 84, and 86 because I skipped.
Oh man, okay, so let's see. Todd Flower says they used to have awesome concerts at the Speedway. Awesome.
Oh yeah,
he also lived in Bradenton for 10 years.
Bradenton's where the umpires go after they get hired for the minor leagues. They go to Bradenton for additional spring training. That was always
and then we got
goal.
Dwight Bailey joining us. Hey, Dwight. Will Varela says Quentin makes bourbon in his tub. It's called Deadeye James Kentucky Dirty Tub. Vancouver Square. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, there is Hooters. That's right. There's a Hooters across from the Speedway now too. That's right.
Well, yeah, there's a Hooters.
Well, you get a kick out. So a buddy of mine, he goes down for Speed Weeks every year. He decided to have a few pints at Hooters before going across the street to the Daytona 500. He missed the race.
That he had a couple too many pints.
He had a few too many pints, and he didn't even clue in the fact he's watching the race on TV at the Hooters, going, "That's across the street. I have tickets.
I could be there."
Totally missed the race.
Beer was cheaper at the Hooters for sure. Absolutely for sure.
Yeah, but at least in America, you can take beer up in the stands. You can't do that here.
Oh, take it in the stands. A dude comes up in the stands and sells it to you. You don't have to leave your seat, dude.
I'd have one of those mini lunch coolers, and I'd throw a 6-pack in there. And that's how I learned to really hold my alcohol, because it's like I don't want to get up and go to the
Yeah, see, I've been to like 30 Indy 500s in a row because I grew up near the track, and I went to the first Brickyard 400, like the first 5 or 6 of them and stuff. I wasn't big into NASCAR till that came about because I was an open wheel guy, which I still pretty much am. But yeah, my seats are 2 rows from the top and turn 4 at Indianapolis, and you sure as hell don't want to have to climb up there any more than you have to,
Exactly.
So I don't do a lot of drinking during the race because I don't want to go down and then come back up. Yeah, it's like climbing a mountain to get back up there.
Yeah, well, especially it's usually hot. At least when it's hot out, because when you stop sweating, and I would have half my beer would be light beer for that reason, because you could pound back a light beer and it didn't hit you like a ton of bricks.
Todd says he used to live in Bradenton for 10 years. So Todd, I think my favorite place on earth right now is a little island. And I just escaped the name of me. Santa Maria Island, which is just right off, it's the old barrier island right off of Bradenton. And I'm
thinking, Quentin might not be here still to defend himself, because now Dale said, I've heard that it will cause you to go pantsless if you drink that bourbon.
He said something about mixing it up in the bathtub that brought back some really bad high school memories. I don't know if they had this thing in Canada or not, but we used to have this thing called a hairy buffalo. We didn't really do it in the bathtub. That was an option. I heard it done in the bathtub, but usually you'd take like a trash can and you put like a brand new trash bag in it. And it's basically just, like Bacardi 151 and Everclear and Kool-Aid and fruit and vodka, whatever anybody brought.
Yep. Yeah, the communal punch bowl type.
And then as much, Gatorade, Kool-Aid packets as you could put in there to cover the horrible taste.
Yeah.
And then you just drank it till you went blind.
Anna Maria Island.
Anna Maria Island. Yeah, there you go.
Everybody that lives there.
It's expensive. I'd like to. Yeah, he calls it a shit. I'd like to live there too, man.
Phil mostly just says we call it shit mix.
Yeah, shit mix. That's what they call it in England. Yeah, we called it a hairy buffalo, and I don't know where that term came from.
Lawrence called it purple passion, where he's from.
Purple passion, yeah. I'm sure around the planet, everybody has.
JJ's back. He says he's back because he had bad buffering area. He's headed home. Yeah, because it's only 6 o'clock on the West Coast.
Yeah, 6:06.
Which I'll mention. Yeah, this coming Sunday, JJ will be joining me along with Terry, Guitar Hack, and oh dear Lord, Quentin James for a monthly roundtable.
Oh, a four-way jam fest.
Yeah,
nice,
fun stuff.
We got to get them in before August 1. Then we're gonna have to rely on Mr. Cote to teach us all how to do it.
Exactly.
Amanda said they called it adult swamp water.
Everclear and grape Kool-Aid. Look out.
Man. You have
Harry Buffalo in Northeast Indiana too.
Harry Buffalo, yeah. Todd's from not too far from where I grew up. So if you ever put a little Everclear in a tablespoon and light it.
Hey, did I tell you the first time I ever tried moonshine? I asked how strong it was. The guy dipped his pinky in it and lit it on fire. And he's like, "So is that?" I'm like, "Wow,
yeah,
okay,
probably get the job done." Suicide punch. Where was that at, Brad? Where'd you grow up? Where they called it that? Oh, cool. What did Guitar Pit say? Somebody's laughing. I missed it. Go back it up here. Jason Wade, hobo wine hammer. The hobo wine hammer.
Mad Dog 2020.
Oh, that stuff. Ooh. That's nasty.
Flaming Dr. Pepper. What was Dr. Pepper's? Beer with a shot of amaretto in it.
Yeah.
It tastes just like a Dr. Pepper somehow, some way. I don't understand it. I drink beer. I tasted amaretto. You mix them together. It tastes like Dr. Pepper. Man, I got messed up on those a few times.
It didn't take me very long to figure out that mixing beer with any other type of alcohol was not a good plan.
Oh, I don't know. I got pretty lit at the body count show from JJ's wife.
Well, I'm not saying you can't get pretty lit. I'm just saying.
She was getting me, what I asked for was rye and ginger ale, and what she was getting is rye and ginger beer.
Oh.
It was damn good. Oh my gosh. I got pretty damn lit. That not as lit as she got, mind you, but
I can handle my liquor, but I can't handle it if I start mixing it. So whatever I start with, that's what I gotta just do. That.
Hey, Joe Harvey's back.
It's like I don't switch from tequila shots to bourbon to beer to whatever, and the same. That's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, usually I stick to beer as my main sipping thing, and then someone's like, "Here, have a shot of this." Sure.
Right. I wish I could enjoy more beers. There's only dark beers seem to be the only ones I can have one or two of, and not.
For me, it's mass-produced beer. I can't drink the microbrew stuff. I need just straight over-the-counter, mass-produced beer.
Like even just like Coors. I'm not even talking Coors Light. Just regular Coors. 2 of those, headache.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Something in it. The hops or something. I don't know what it is.
Could be.
Allergic to it or something. So it makes you have to go to piss all the damn time anyway. So.
Well, there is that. Yeah. Well, that's why I have guests, right? So I can slip off and do that.
Well, till August 1st. Then what are you going to do? We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back in a minute.
Lauren says, I wonder if that's the carbonation. I don't know if it's the carbonation so much as it's the volume.
Joe Hervey says, Brian, hey, sexy.
Oh my God, dude. You're cut off for that comment. Ben says he's gonna be over to your place in 10 minutes. You should be more worried than me.
Quite a 9-hour drive from his place.
He's got one of those new UFOs that travels the speed of light. Brian links Macallan 20. I don't even know what the hell that is. I'm uneducated.
Some German and Belgian beers are nice. Yeah, I agree.
I don't like hoppy beers like Heineken. Oh, get that away from me. I don't even like the smell of it.
I just like beer flavored beer. I don't need flavors in my beer.
Yeah, I don't like flavors in my beer. My all-time favorite beer is called Shinerbach. I don't know if you guys get that up there or not. It's from Texas.
I'm simple. Labatt's Blue or Corona.
Yeah.
And Bud Light. I don't mind Bud Light.
I've had Labatt's, but it's been long, long time ago. When I was a dumb kid, we used to get whatever was cheapest, and that tended to be Old Milwaukee.
Oh yeah, I know, eh?
God. And we called it Old Swill. Yeah. I like dark beer and a cheap malt liquor, Joe says.
Is there such a thing as expensive malt liquor? Isn't all malt liquor cheap?
Colt 45. And a big old.
All right, you enjoy it. Wade. Party on, Wade.
Pumpkin beer, 18%. I don't even know. That's liqueur. That's not even beer, Pit.
Jesus, that's even strong for wine.
Yeah, that's almost slow gin. slow pumpkin gin.
Yeah, you're almost getting in sipping whiskey territory.
Todd said old Millwater. I'm sure he knocked down some old Milwaukee's too. Old Milwaukee and Pabst Blue Ribbon and Schlitz.
I drank half a Pabst Blue Ribbon once.
Yeah, those are.
And I dumped out the second half.
Those were
I was
all
like, I'd rather be sober.
Those were all the nasty, cheap beers you could get a case for $3.
See you, Lawrence. Yeah, have a great holiday, man.
Hey, Lawrence, thanks for joining in, bro. Appreciate you. Happy 4th of July.
Let's see. Will Varela says, the last time I mixed beer and whiskey, I came home with another wife. You think I would have learned?
Brian, you're welcome to come try the new Cali anytime you want because I need lessons.
Yeah, that's the deal. You play it, but you show me something.
Show me some licks, bro. Maybe I'll bring a guitar down to Nashville. I've got the little Boss Katana amp.
Right. Yep.
That thing is freaking sounds amazing for.
See, now that is a smart decision for a hotel room. Travis borrows an amp off me to use in his hotel room. What do I give him? Blues Deluxe. If you didn't notice, folks, there's missing amp here because I sent him a 40-watt tube amp for a hotel room. His neighbors are going to be pissed.
Todd, my best friend in high school, they had an indoor swimming pool, like a pole barn type deal with a pool inside. And the dad was a big PBR guy, and he had the Pabst Blue Ribbon logo painted on the bottom of the freaking swimming pool. Wow. How redneck? That's about as redneck as you could get. You have a pool with the PBR logo.
I think we need to congratulate Metalhead Hippie, 25 years sober today.
Hey, that's good for you, dude.
That's amazing.
Good for you.
As I reach for my beer.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Nothing wrong with that. You know, so good for you. It's for fun as long as you can keep it under control and you don't
exactly like I said, I was drinking earlier today, but that was because I had Travis come over and we're visiting, so we have a beer or two. Or when I do these hangouts, I'll have a beer while I'm talking. It helps you relax, what have you. The same reason I sip on a beer when I'm on stage.
Yeah, just chilling out.
Yep. Well, and I find beer is really good when you get a scratchy throat from singing because it does have the carbonation and it's quite thick. Works way better than, say, just drink a bottled water or something like that.
Really? See, I used to watch David Lee Roth just take a bottle of Jack and go.
There we go.
I thought he was just doing that for his voice.
We got a challenge in the chat, I'm going to call it. JJ says, headed home to an empty house. Family is gone for 5 days. I'm flying solo. It's on, Rob212. Get your butt down here for a jam.
Uh-oh, party
Rob,
time.
Still in the chat.
Party time at JJ's house.
Yep. And I can attest, there's some amazing gear to play there.
Yeah, he's got the little cubby hole of gear down there, right?
Yep.
You slept in the cubby hole of gear, didn't you?
I did. He converted his garage to a jam space, and I slept right when you see him on camera with me. I slept on the floor right behind where he sits, right in front of all those amps and stuff. I was just surrounded by it. Guitar rack down this side of the bed, amps behind me, amps around me.
Looks like a concert stage getting ready to happen.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Right. Cool. All right, dude. We probably ought to wrap this bad boy up. Hour and 15 minutes, taking everybody's time up here, messing around with
I want to wish all of our American viewers a happy Independence Day.
Thank you.
And to you as well, Brian, happy Independence Day. And thanks for having me on, man.
Hey, thanks for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. I just thought you had me on. I thought I should return the favor. And, I know you got a couple of pedals that I like, and I just thought it'd be fun to check out and see how you're enjoying them and everything. So
beyond enjoying them.
Appreciate you coming on. And since tomorrow is our kind of red, white, and blue big celebration day as Americans, I want to give a shout out to all the soldiers and the sailors and the Marines and all the Air Force guys and the Coast Guard guys and the policemen and the ambulance drivers and the firemen guys, all the ones that risk their necks for the rest.
Can I throw one more out there?
Throw it, baby.
Tow truck operators.
Okay, we'll give them a shout out.
One of the most dangerous jobs in the world. Tow truck operator.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't want that job.
Yeah,
First off, you're on the side of the road and you got these morons
exactly.
going meow meow right by you all day, right?
Yep. And they don't slow down. So if you see a tow truck operator in action, please slow down and move over, folks.
Yeah. Same for the cops, man. They're out there risking their butt. They don't want to get hit by a car, you know.
Exactly. Exactly. So slow down and move over. That's my advice. And thanks.
Thanks for
Hey,
joining,
Brett
everybody.
Porter just jumped in. So hey, Brett.
Thanks, Chris. The Cali's all your fault, but man, just picking it up. Obviously, I haven't got to play it yet, but it's amazingly light. So I'll send you some more pictures, and I'm sure we'll
Nice.
be talking
Enjoy
about
that
it.
guitar, man.
Yeah. So now I got to sell some stuff to pay for it, but that'll be okay. That's
Yeah.
all right. I got too many guitars. Obviously, the both Les Pauls are staying. The CE is probably staying. The Dan Electro will never get sold because Phil gave me that one.
Right.
But,
It's got the sentimental value to it.
yeah, you know, and it's not an expensive guitar anyway. It's not something I'd be able to sell it and get a lot of money for anyway.
Sure.
It'd just be stupid to sell that. I'm not selling that. Plus, it's fun. I like to pick it up and play it. It's actually really fun to pick it up and play it unplugged because it rings. It has a lot of ring out to it. You can almost play it like an acoustic guitar. So a lot of times, like last night, I was sitting here. I didn't have any power to run the amp. I grabbed that and played it while I was waiting for the power to come back on.
Sure.
So it was fun. Joe just stole your saying, Ben. So just read what Joe posted, and then we'll
Yeah, that's
shut
right,
this
Joe.
bad
Hold
boy
those
down.
doors open. That's right.
That's right. So thanks, guitar dudes and dudettes. Appreciate all you guys. Have a great holiday tomorrow. You Canadians, I know you already had your holiday, so you may have to work tomorrow. Sorry about that, but tip a cold one for your buddies down south.
Exactly.
Everybody have a good day. Cool?
Cheers, folks.
Cheers. Rock on, everybody. Thanks for joining in.